Good evening, wonderful people, great Biafrans, wherever you are. On the face of this very planet, once again, we welcome you to an extraordinary rendition of our twice weekly broadcast this very day, the Wednesday of the 29th day in April in the year of our Most High Elohim 2020, with the time now standing at approximately 2 minutes past 7 p.m. in the blessed land of Biafra. I welcome each and every one of you, especially those who are listening live, direct and interactive on my Facebook page. Do not forget that we are reaching the entirety of humanity on a multitude of platforms. We are on satellite. Do not forget that we are on FM in Biafra land. We are on TuneIn. We are on Radio Biafra app. We are on Simple Radio. We are streaming simultaneously across a whole plethora of platforms. If you wish to listen to us, you will be able to get us this very evening. As I said, we are live and we are direct. It is not recorded, I'm sure. Prior to our commencement this evening, you saw me sat here live as our national anthem was playing and as Rex Lawson was playing before that. To show that we do not lie, to show that we do not deceive, to show that we do not Photoshop, to show that we do not digitally alter any video, to demonstrate irrevocably that we are standing on this very temple of truth to propagate the kingdom of heaven upon the face of this very earth. Some may not like it, but the facts speak for itself that the damnable zoological republic, they are unable to muster what we are doing today. They cannot do it because they have Jubril Aminu al-Sudani recording a video for them from the basement of a hotel in Havana in Cuba. We are live and we are direct, and humanity is bearing us witness. That is the difference between us and them. I have given you today's date. If you wish, I can repeat the time. That is how you know those who are transmitting live and those who are deceiving and lying to you. The time now is 4 minutes past 7 p.m. in Biafra land. Wherever you are on this earth, it is 4 minutes past the top of the hour. To tell you that we are resolute, we are determined, we are focused, we are irreversible in our quest and our pursuit for that which we know is right before God in heaven and man on this very earth. And I brought with me a glass of water. And unlike Jubril, I will take a sip of water as I proceed. He cannot drink because there's a hole on his neck, but here I can. As always, I will say good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night to some of you. Because Radio Biafra is transmitting live to the whole world, every time zone on this very earth, every place where man inhabits, there are Biafrans who are listening this very evening, morning, afternoon, or night, depending on where you are. We are not ever going to relent until the damnable and abominable zoological republic is crumbled and crumbled totally. This very evening we shall continue our relentless onslaught at that very citadel of evil and iniquity until it crumbles. They question or doubt our resolve at their own peril. Wherever you are, if you do not have a pen and paper ready, I do not know how you're going to follow this very lecture this day. If you are not prepared to understand what we are doing, then you shouldn't be here at all, because we have come to teach. because we have come to lecture, because we have come to propagate the kingdom of heaven. We have come that those who were once in darkness can see the light. We have come that the truth may chase away lies and evil. We have come that live recording may not be substituted with a recorded video from somewhere in Havana in Cuba. We have come to decimate the zoo. We have come to preach the gospel of truth. We have come to preach the gospel of redemption. Before we proceed, as always, I have the Holy Book with me. This is what I pray with every blessed day, every morning, every evening. As I come to you, when I come to you, I pray the prayer of heaven. I call upon Chukwukika to please have mercy upon us. I am going to pray this very evening. I have removed my glasses because we are live, and I will proceed to perform that very ritual before we call upon Elohim in heaven. This is the way we pray. This is the way we have always prayed, and this is how we shall continue to pray. Because I will pray in the language of heaven. Onye kereli igwe maka elu ụwa. Onye ịhụnanya ya na-adịgide ma ruo mgbe ebighị ebe onye ọ bụ naanị ya na-achị. Onye na-eporo anyị ihu na-eporo anyị azụ. Onye na-achụla ajọ mmụọ. Chineke nna nke na-edebe ndị ya eze ebube dị ngọzi bikonu. Anyị na-akpọku gị n'abalị a n'ala nsọ Igbo Biafra. Eleghị anya ebe niile dị iche iche n'ụwa niile. O nwere ike ịwụ ụtụtụ ha ma wee ihe ma ọ bụ abalị onye nwe m na Chineke nọ bi n'igwe. Anyị wee na-arịọ gị ka ị were aka ebere gị n'aka agwọmọrịa gị wee bịa leta ndị gị. Were aka nri nke ezi omume gị wee legide anyị Chineke nna nke pụrụ ime ihe niile. Bịa ka ị wee zọpụta anyị n'aka ajọ ihe. Lekwa atụmatụ ọjọọ niile nke ndị iro n'ebe anyị nọ. Onye nwe m dị ngọzi ma ruo mgbe ebighị ebi. Ọ bụ ndị dị etu a ka ị mere ka aka nsị ha wee baa ha ọnụ. Aka nsị ha wee baa ha ọnụ. Iwe jide obodo ekwensu wee memila ya gị onwe gị bụ onye anyị na-akpọ isi ala nye. Anyị anaghị efe arụsị ọbụla ma ọlị. Ọ bụ naanị gị bụ Chineke nna. Ofu chi nke kere ihe niile nke nkere mana onweghị onye kere ya. Onye anyị na-akpọ isi ala nye. Anyị wee na-akpọku gị eze ebube dị ngọzi ka i wee mere anyị n'ala nke dị ndụ. Ka i wee zọpụta Biafra n'aka ajọ ihe. Ka i wee duo anyị n'ụzọ niile nke ezi omume gị. Ka i wee wezụgara anyị nrịanja niile, ọrịa niile nke pụrụ ịdakwasị mmadụ dị ndụ. N'ihi na ọ bụ naanị gị bụ onye na-agwọ ọrịa. Anyị wee na-akpọku gị onwe gị bụ Chineke nke ndị agha ka i wee mere anyị ebere. Ka akwa nke anyị na-ebe ka ude nke anyị na-asụ wee bịa n'iru gị. Ka i wee mee ka Biafra wee guzosie ike. Ka anyị wee n'ikpete maazị nye aha nsọ gị otuto na nsọpụrụ na ịja mma site n'ebighị ebi ma ruo n'ebighị ebi. Ise ise ise. Mma mma dịrị gị Chineke. Mama dịrị Chineke. Mama dịrị Chineke. That is the language of heaven that I have prayed in, and we shall continue this very evening to propagate this very gospel. Should it become extraordinarily warm here, you will indulge me, please. I will remove my talents to continue this very gospel this evening. What we have come to do is to set all the captives free. Everybody who is under bondage in the zoo will be set free. I said everybody in bondage in the zoo will be set free. I don't hate anybody. I don't despise anybody. If I mention your ethnicity or your tribe, if I am a bit hard on them, know that I am specifically referring to those of them that they call their leaders, those who have led us this very blind alley, this very blind path, those of them that will continue to deceive, those that will continue to lie, those that will continue to prevaricate, those that cannot deliver any measurable or tangible developmental indices at all, in any way, shape, or form. We have come that the blind may see, not in the way they do it within Pentecostalism, but we have come to impart knowledge and reason. We start this very evening by looking at the very laughable, I say laughable broadcast by Jubril Aminu El Sudani impersonating Buhari. People say we should. I said to them, we cannot leave this very topic. We cannot. That is our way into the destruction of the zoo. We can't abandon it. Not today, not tomorrow, not ever. Because we are alive. The whole world knows we are alive. We are interactive. I can read some of your comments. Odogunwa Biafra is with us. Michael the Great Nwata is with us. Aguyi Biafra is with us. Ernest Orakwe is with us. The whole of the world is listening, I assure you. That the truth may prevail. That the liars of iniquity, the workers of darkness may be put to shame. They said Jubril did a broadcast. It was touted as a live broadcast, but due to our perseverance, due to our persistence, it is now very clear to the whole world that they were lying. Now it is clear to the whole world that the zoo is lying. They have always been lying to you. They have been deceiving you. But because of our tenacity, because of our never say die attitude, because of our dedication, because of our resoluteness, ordinary people are now beginning to ask questions. How come we cannot see him? You claim you are the president, but we cannot see you. What type of president are you? I serve the wonderful people of Biafra. I am live and direct. I need no introduction. And Biafrans can watch me live and direct all over the world. But the man you claim is an Asorok that most people foolishly call Buhari, that very man cannot speak to you, cannot talk to you, cannot conduct a simple press conference as all other heads of states are doing all over the world. Cannot take questions from the journalists. Instead of the journalists to be asking those in Asorok, who is that thing there? They are busy phoning my house in the village and asking my younger brother if I am alive or not. BBC Igbo, BBC Igbo, BBC Igbo. The same BBC cannot ask Garba Shehu if that man with a hole in the neck is Buhari or not. They cannot ask Asorok if that thing there on a bleaching cream, and I am sure the reason why he accepted this very commission to come to the zoo, maybe he must have seen Chris Oyakilome of Christ Embassy, the way he's very light, or not shiny, Nebuke. He said, let me go there. And I'm sure maybe he said, get me the cream that Chris is using. I want to use it. All of a sudden, Jubril is light and yellow. Overnight. He wants to look like Chris Oyakilome. He wants to look like the pastor of Christ Embassy. All of a sudden, he's light. BBC Igbo cannot ask Asorok, why is this man all of a sudden very light? Nobody's asking questions. But they had the gut and the temerity to call Isiama Faruku, the land that derived its name from Biafra itself, to ask very foolish question. I am live and I'm direct. And I'm telling you that anybody who has any brain in their skull will see that the last recording of Jubril al-Sudani was not done live. He has not entered the zoo yet, I can assure you. I know the Air Force base that they took them to where they were quarantined. They are still in South Africa. If South Africa will let them come through, I do not know. But I can assure you that he is not in the zoo. He is not in Asorok, that very crumbling edifice, diseased and hopeless habitation of very wicked and evil men and women, I hasten to add. That very recording was not done live. Nobody in their right senses can tell you that it was live. You can see the useless picture they used, a Photoshop picture as background. Look between the flags, you will see a very dark shadow. Does it mean there is no light where they are? Does it mean they could have turned on the light? Can you say the flag, immobile, stood in one very place, never moving? What does that tell you? They are still forging. They are still deceiving you. They are still hoping against hope that perhaps some of you will be so stupid and so gullible as to believe them. This very laughable display of mediocrity. You cannot say that you come from a country where there are 200 million people and that is the best you can do. That is an insult. People still say, oh, Buhari, I'm writing to the president. Which Buhari are you writing to? The one in Cuba doing recorded messages? Or the one in the grave in Saudi Arabia? Which one are you writing to, I ask you? Why do you always believe, or should I say, why do you always participate in an act of deception? I'm asking Zoo people, why do you always deceive yourselves? Why do you do that? You know that Buhari doesn't exist, don't you? You know he doesn't exist. You know that very well. But out of fear and cowardice, the only people sustaining this charade and this fraud is Yoruba media. It is them sustaining this very fraud. They are the ones sustaining it. Because I tell you the truth. Always, morning, noon, and night, I speak the truth. They are the ones who are allowing this evil to continue. Even today, before we came on air, Guardian newspaper published a picture of Jubril wearing a Buhari mask with a hole in the neck, saying that Trump called Buhari. Do you see how deceptive they are? All of them. Nobody is asking, why does this man have a hole in his neck? Nobody's asking that question. It is to be asking my younger brother where I am if he's heard from me. Very laughable. The handlers of Jubril should give every right-thinking person a cause for concern. If you have conscience, you must be worried. What is happening in the zoo? I told you it is empty. I told you there is no president, no vice president. They hastily photoshopped a picture of Osibanjo. Let me have some water. For those who cannot see me, if you wish to see me, you have to go to my page, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. I believe it is the one with over 200, over 250,000 followers. That is where you will see me. As I'm sipping water. Something that Jubril cannot do. Because if he tries to sip water to come out of the hole in his neck, he cannot. He's wearing a mask. People wearing masks do not drink water, no liquid. Because their lips, upper lip 2, lower lip is always 2. Everything is double. Everything is double. They cannot sip water. As I'm sipping water now, Jubril cannot do it. Instead of the Zoo media, those of them who are writing foolishly and speculating hopelessly to go and demand of their own president to do the same thing that the leader of Biafra is doing, they cannot do it. They can't. When we say something to people, they must understand us and know that we do not lie. We do not lie. You have to pardon me. I have to remove this talit. It's a bit warm in here. It's understandable. It is a bit warm, that we may preach the gospel of heaven without the added inconvenience of a very high temperature, I should say, in terms of the heat emanating. Nigeria is a den of liars and deceivers. Every day they lie, every day they deceive you. The most distressing thing about it is that some people swallow it. They accept this very fraud. Here we can't accept it. Here on this very platform, we preach the gospel of truth, the gospel of restoration, this very gospel of decency that will lead us into light and not into darkness. The zoo is in darkness. That's why they are failing. And that is why they will continue to fail. Please publish that very picture that the world may be able to see it. The picture they claimed is live from NTA. They claim it is live, going out to the whole world that people should link in. And some of you saw that it was recorded on the 25th. It was there very clear, recorded on the 25th. NTA in their foolishness, because when I pray I pray in the language of heaven. I say, I can see Hagabahono. That very hand they use to concoct a deadly potion. Unbeknown to them, they will put it in their mouth, and they too will become afflicted. They will become exposed, and they will die from their own pestilence. That is what is happening. You can see it very clearly. How they are deceived. It was showing there on the 25th. Besides Obieze Kwesiri and a few other people on Twitter, I have not come across anybody from mainstream Nigerian media, not from channels, not from Punch, not from Guardian. None of them have been able to write an editorial to say, why are 200 million people being insulted every day? Why? Watching a recorded clip from Cuba. They claim he's in Asorok. You claim Buhari is in Asorok. Why are you faking the background? Why are you photoshopping a picture onto the background of a recorded video? He was a newscaster. Reading news. Am I reading news? I am looking at people direct. I look at it and I speak. Even the old Buhari, before he died, did not resort to the reading of scripts. Go and check his videos, and we have it this evening to be played. They have been lying to all of you. And the reason why Yoruba media have not picked up on this very critical point, how should I say, of national survival, is that they are lying to themselves. They want to deceive you because of Tinubu in 2023. Yoruba is hoping to produce the presidency, and because of that, mass deception is allowed. Lying is allowed. Deceiving people is allowed. And these are newspapers and publications and TV houses that swore an oath to uphold the integrity of journalism. All that is gone. All of that is gone. Political expediency. They want the presidency. But unfortunately for them, people no longer buy oil. People no longer buy oil, and because of that, they are gone. They are finished. Nobody wants the useless presidency. Is now like a poisoned chalice. And now what is happening? What is happening is that people continue to allow themselves to be deceived. Here, we cannot allow that to happen. They cover up the truth. They cover up the truth. That is why Nigerian media is always at the forefront of alleged killing, alleged police massacre, alleged army massacre. They cover up their own truth. They cannot speak the truth, and they will use their deception to leverage the government to get money. If not for Dave Umahi, would we have known that governors pay Nigerian Union of Journalists? Would we have known that every state government pay the NUJ in that state? Would we have known that the zoo pay NUJ, Nigerian Union of Journalists, the same way they bought over the judges, like I told you? If not for Dave Umahi of Ebonyi, the governor of Ebonyi State, would we have known that they pay money every month to Nigerian Union of Journalists? We wouldn't have known. There is no way we would have known. But now it's very clear. Of course, I do concede that some of them have remained independent. I do concede, of course, that some of them have remained very objective and will report rather objectively. I'm not saying that every journalist is bad, heaven forbid. I'm not saying that every publication house is bad. That's not what I'm saying. There are some people, those of them in channels, television, and a few other places, who have made it a habit to lie and to deceive you. When people are dying in their hundreds in Kanu, instead of them to come out and say that people are dying, they're saying it's not malaria. Yesterday it was meningitis. Before that it was Lassa fever. Because you are living in a society where the culture is to lie and to deceive. That is what is happening to you. That is why you are blind. That is why you cannot see. And that is why we have come, that the truth may prevail. Asorok is empty. And anybody who doesn't know that by now is mad. If you don't know that Asorok is empty, you are insane. You are insane. In the middle of a pandemic, there is no president-only recorded speech. In the middle of a pandemic, there is no vice president. In the middle of the pandemic, nobody from the government can stand and take questions from journalists apart from an ordinary secretary to a government, and your things are normal, you're telling me that things are okay, that is how to run a country. You're telling me that such a society is capable of producing intellectuals. Of course, we know that Aisha Buhari has taken temporary charge of Asorok. That was why she sent 18 lorry load of rice to Kanu. She is temporarily in charge. There is still power tussle going on as to who will be the new de facto president of the zoo. These are the things you ought to know. These are the things that we're bringing to your knowledge and to your attention. That there is nobody inside Asorok. I told you that boy cannot speak. That was what I told you. He cannot talk. He cannot grant any live interview. He cannot even be recorded speaking. I said that to you. You doubted me. If that boy in Asorok is Jubril, for instance, don't you think they would have done this recording of theirs 2 days ago live inside Asorok? I told you they have no access to the office of the president. I told you that the biometric is that of Abba Kyari, not even of Jubril. I told you that. Some of you are doubting me. Today, why can't they broadcast from inside Asorok? It was because I chastised them. That was why they took a picture of one of the offices and used it as a background to deceive you. I told you that the zoo is gone, that the zoo has crumbled. Some did not believe, but I believe by now your eyes are beginning to open and you are beginning to see what we are seeing. They cover up the truth, and when you speak the truth, they come for you. They try to kill you. They try to suppress the truth. That is what they do. That is why they create all these diversionary tactics with Yoruba media. That's what they do. They create a diversion. People are very hungry in spirit. Hungry people live in spirit. No matter how much they have, they are never satisfied. Very, very avaricious. They are never, ever satisfied. These are the people that go to DSS, go to Asorok, write a memo to say, oh, there's a way we can tackle now an IPOB. We found a way. And in concert with their media, they came up with a bundle of lies, which we are ripping apart this very evening. We are ripping it apart. Aisha Buhari is now in charge of Asorok, in charge of the affairs of 200 million people. Before your eyes, they lied and said, we buried Abba Kyari in Abuja. Of course, I know the daughter is begging. We have to respect her wishes. She said her father was an evil man. Your father was a very wicked man. Abba Kyari was the one who ordered Python dance. It was Abba Kyari that ordered all the massacre of the Shia. It was the same Abba Kyari that is in charge of the government of mass murderers, a government of Janjaweedism, a government of Mietiala, a government of bandits, a government of terrorists. He was the one in charge. We cannot leave your father alone until he is held responsible, albeit posthumously, for all the slaughter and the massacre that happened under his watch. It wasn't him that was buried in Abuja. It wasn't Abba Kyari, and we all know that. You saw the blood-stained casket, or the coffin. You saw it in broad daylight. Nobody, no journalist from the zoo is asking questions. Have you seen them about it? Don't they have investigative journalists in Nigeria anymore? Put investigative see all these things. These are pointers to the fact that the is gone. But some of you sadly cannot and will not be able to say it. They are covering up the truth. If not for the how are we going to know that NUJ receive monthly payments? We don't know. But now we know. That young boy with a Buhari look-alike mask. I told you he loved football. I told you he likes Champions League. Some of you are doubting me until today. Please, Amaka, that very picture, please. And post it on this very thread if you can, if it's going to allow you. I told you that he loves Champions League. Some people did not believe me. There is a picture you're going to see to be posted, and I want that picture everywhere. You will see. You know where he was using toothpick after watching Eating Kobe? He was using toothpick. Well, now, which is toothpick. Where he was handing his on the stand, on the coat stand inside the room. Have you seen that very picture before? Some of us, we have eyes that we do not see. Have you seen that very picture before? Have you seen it? Go back to that picture and have a look. Go back to the picture and have a look. You will see football. You will see football inside the chair. You will see football. Are you telling me Buhari loves football and Buhari plays football? Says no. This young boy plays football in the garden of Asoro with Yusuf. Buhari's son. Go to that picture, you will see it. So, sometimes we cannot see it. You will see football inside the cabinet. When I tell you he loves Champions League, people are laughing and saying, how do you know? It's propaganda. And you see football in that very picture. That was the picture, official picture released by Astok. That is football inside it. Who plays that football? Is it Buhari that was so rickety before he died? That couldn't work. Is it Buhari that is playing football in Astok? Who owns the football on the shelf? We know that Zara is no longer in Astok. We know that Yusuf doesn't go there. He's the fourth richest man in Africa. His father is the head of state, and he's the fourth richest person in Africa. Yet his father is not corrupt. That's how some people are. But the wife is corrupt, the son is corrupt, but not the father. You see how people reason. Go and take that very picture. You will see football inside the shelf. You will see it, you will see it there. What is football doing inside the shelf? If that man is Buhari in his office, what is Buhari doing with football? That is to tell you that that's a very young boy that loves Champions League, that loves to play, kick around once in a while. You will see his ball. It's so precious to him. It's inside the glass shelf. You will see the picture from there. You will see it in the picture. Released by Femi Adeshi, released by Asoro. A young boy playing with the brains of 200 million people, yet nobody is speaking. When you talk, they go and they fabricate, they concoct. They start to fool themselves and not us. That is nothing anybody can do. We are decimating the zoo. Facebook can panic all they like. That is their business. Our work continues unabated. We must destroy the zoo. Publish the picture of the last broadcast by Jubril, that the world may know that it was a Photoshop picture. Look at the dark shit between the flags. Look at everything you need to know. Of course, they are panicking. That's swinging us off everywhere. It's not work for them. You don't work for them, of course not. The answer is no. We are relentless. We are resolute. We are pursuing this thing to its logical conclusion. The worst mistake, oh dear, the worst mistake they ever made is to say that Buhari is alive. I've told you that before. The very worst mistake they ever made. And this is the thing I want to ask BBC. Why did you not ask Asoro about Jubril? Why is it that nobody asks any questions in the zoo? Why is it that people cannot write on demand to hear from the person they claim is the president? What is wrong with that? Why can't you do it? You can't do it because you don't know what you're doing, because you're terrified and you're scared. All of you are cowards, you're scared. You can't speak. But I've told you that Burata is no longer there. All these people, they're on the run. They're infected with COVID-19. They are on the run. And our talk is empty. Absolutely empty. Go there, it's empty. And you're still frightened. You're still terrified. Gabriel must have finished watching Champions League, of course. He will eat his baby and wash it down with the cold good. I don't know. Yes, I was told he likes good. We'll go that. And after that, he'll go and shower and put on the same cream that Chris or Yago Embassy put on. I think maybe that I believe very strongly that this complexion was one of the incentives that made Jill to take up that very position. I don't know which Nigerians, the zoo people, I don't know why some of them cannot resist, also including their media. After watching that very travesty of a national broadcast, a travesty, I must tell you, it became compellingly clear, absolutely clear, that even Nigerians don't know who their president is. They don't know where he is. Nobody is running the zoo. Everybody is looting left, right, and center. Come on to ask, where is our president? They cannot ask. They can't ask, can they? They're not going to ask, not now, not tomorrow, not ever. Why are Nigerians not asking questions? Why will they be live that something is a live program when in actual fact it is not live and can never ever be live? I have a clip of the old Buhari and I want it posted on Maka. I have a clip of the old Buhari and the new Buhari. Go and look at those two clips, those two videos of the old and the new. The old Buhari will look at you the way I'm looking at you. This new one cannot. Look at the way he pronounces certain words. You will know he is forcing himself to sound like the dead Buhari. Go and sit. If you have two eyes and you have ears, it's very clear and very obvious. Please try and publish that as well. Look at the picture background of the old Buhari, the dead one, and look at the picture background of the new Buhari, the Jubril. You will see a very massive difference. This program this evening is a slight departure from the norm. I do not normally broadcast live this way, but this evening we are doing so that the world may know that we do not lie, that the world may know that we are formidable, we are resolute, we are determined, and that we are unstoppable. No amount of conspiracy, no amount of machinations by the forces of darkness and of evil can stop us on this path that we have chosen to tread. They wanted to block our path with news. They paid news channels not to carry our news. They bribed them not to carry anything coming from APU and from Radio Biafra, but they are mistaken. The whole world is listening to us, and they understand that very, very clearly. We are on FM, so it doesn't matter what Facebook does. We are on Twitter, we are on Radio Biafra app, we are on TuneIn, we are on Simple Radio, we are on YouTube. You name it, and we are there. How do you think you can stop us? You are wasting your time. They are wasting their time. Whenever presidents are addressing the media, whenever a president is running a very important meeting, you will see them. And also want that picture published. You will see, be it Netanyahu, any president, you will see the press asking questions. Why can't the press ask questions in the zoo? Why can't they ask questions in the zoo called Nigeria? Why can't they do that? Why not? Why can't they do that? Whoever is wearing that mask, whoever is wearing the Buhari mask, whoever it is that they brought to the Buhari mask, is doing a very horrible job. He's doing a very horrible job. And I ask the Yoruba media who are covering up for all these demons, is this how they run a country? So because you continue lying, you continue to deceive, you continue to lead people astray. Is how you run a country? Is that how you run a country? I'm asking you. Is that how you run a country by living lies and deception? Trying to fool people, trying to make them believe something that should not be believed in the first place. All these lies, all these lies, all these lies. Why are you supporting evil? Yoruba media, why are you supporting evil? Why? Yoruba in Facebook, why are you supporting evil? Why? I did something in a lottery and Oba's to that of an emirate. You tried this some nonsense when Awo was there. What did it get you? Absolutely nowhere. You're doing the same nonsense again. Where do you think it is going to take you to? What do you hope to gain? We are not a war with anybody. We are not fighting with anybody. What we are doing is right. The more I say to people say to me all the time, why don't you abandon this Jibril saga? Why don't you add on? The more we pursue them, the more mistakes they make. They will continue to make every time they claim they are coming live. They are going to make a very serious mistake, and once they do, we pass them and they are finished. Has it not happened? You see, you are going to anything we ask you to do, please try and do it. Try and do it. When I say on this issue, you must continue to come it. Please remain with me, because the zoo is problem. All the money they spend it bribing people, charging people to frustrate the efforts of IPOB. The more they when Biafra shall emerge. Their media, they know this very well. The people setting the agenda for them, they also understand this. In 2015, I told all of you, most of you who are listening tonight, morning, afternoon, depending on where you are, I told you in 2015 not to panic, that Buhari is the one that is going to give us Biafra. It's not happening today. It's happening today. Because this year, 2020, we are going to establish for the whole world that as a rock is fault. And the zoo must collapse as a result of it. It's real. The world, don't they all know? That was why Trump said he spoke to a Nigerian, not their president. Trump said, I spoke to a Nigerian. I spoke to the Nigerians. He never spoke to the president. Never. So they know. And the work we are doing is driving that very message that Nigeria, the greatest in Africa, is the fraud. And we must keep on it. We must remain on it until what we are looking for is accomplished. It doesn't matter. Don't people should stop panicking. I can see what Facebook is doing. Stop panicking. There's no need. As we are increasing here, we are increasing exponentially on all other platforms. That's Europe. That's what they do. They try to frustrate. They try to make life difficult and impossible for people who are doing the truth. They know the truth. And that is why they are where they are. They are media and some of their leaders as well. The only thing holding Nigeria today is Yoruba lands, deceit, conception. That's what holding these together. When I mean Yoruba, I don't mean other people. I mean those who think that they are their leaders. They are the ones holding the zoo together in the hope of 2023. That is why they do what they do. The people, if you're dying in the zoo, if you're shot by the police, shot by the enemy, if you're suffering, if you're hungry, stop blaming the agenda with the magic. Blame the Yoruba. Yoruba is the problem. You know why they are the problem? Not that they've created, no. They are the ones that have refused to speak and stand on the truth. That is the crime. That is the evil they have done. Can you imagine from 30,000 viewers to what we have done? 19.8 thousand. This is what we're doing. They're panicking. They say, we saw Nnamdi Kanu. We saw Nnamdi Kanu. They're no longer sending notifications. They are trying to reduce the numbers. So they will say, oh, not many people listen to him. Not many people listen to him. But when we started, we are at 33,000, and now what we have is 19.2. It's Yoruba for you. That's what they do. So I know what I am talking about. Is the Yoruba working inside Facebook? That's what they're doing. They'll keep pushing it down to maybe around 9.5 to 10,000. Okay, they'll stop there. That's who they are. Because they know, answered the call, they know, and said, oh, how come you allow them to defend with over 33,000 people locked on his Facebook page at the same time? And they say, oh, oppressor. They want to remove people as they normally do. People are sitting there and saying they're not getting education, not even what they're doing. That's the zoo for you. That's what they do. And that's what they'll continue to do. Very sad. I told you in 2015 that Buhari is taking us into Biafra with his leaders and his people. The only thing holding the zoo together today is your presidential aspiration coming to 2023, and it never happened. I'm telling you, and those supporting him, you can never succeed. Before that time, that I can show you. This year, we are mounting relentless pressure. The world must know that that thing carrying a mask inside us is not too hard. This year, they know. They know now in the secret, they are going to know that nobody can hide it anymore. There is no hiding. And the ringmaster had he been there, all these mistakes, they won't be making it. Admittedly, he was a very formidable adversary, I must say. You know, I actually count him as one of those that had a bit of brain to be able to mount any opposition to argue be onslaught. But he tried to have a couple of years, but eventually he fell. As all of them will fall. To put together all of them, you know what I see. As someone made me today, I was the one 2.5 months ago I said, I told him to strike down Abacha. I said it. When he was on life support machine, I also said it. But he is now on life support machine. If it's due to his brain dead, he will die. And some noise makers were all over the place. They go back and they try to make it is their own original thinking when actually it is not.